Hello, everyone. I have a read aloud for you. It is called The Great Turkey Race. And this probably would have been better to read around Thanksgiving, but I didn't know we had this book and I just found it. And I think it'll be funny anyhow, even though it is about turkeys. And you can see by some of the pictures, I'm using the clues that they give me to know that pumpkins usually mean the fall. And when we're talking about turkeys, we're often talking about uh, Thanksgiving in November. And there we go. It was a chilly day in November. So I was correct. And I'm sure you were too. I'm sure you were looking at this saying, hey, I think this is about turkey and Thanksgiving and all that. During a game of hide and seek, Ollie the turkey heard Farmer Kate talking to Farmer Joe. Who's going to be the Thanksgiving turkey this year? Farmer Kate asked. I don't know, Farmer Joe replied, but this turkey has to be very special. Ollie's eyes opened wide. I'd better decide soon, Farmer Joe continued. Thanksgiving is almost here. I don't know if you saw the turkey. See if you can find Ollie the turkey. Yeah, there he is. Right up near the seed. Cassie and Wing crashed into Ollie. We found you, they shouted. You won't believe what I just heard, said Ollie. Farmer Joe is going to pick one of us to be the Thanksgiving turkey. He said you have to be special. Then it should be me, Wing said. I'm the coolest turkey. No, I should be picked, Cassie said. I have the most colorful feathers. I've got it, Ollie said. Let's have a field day with different sporting events. The winner of each event gets a medal. Then we could show Farmer Joe who to pick. Cassie added, the one who wins the most medals. They quickly decided on the events. There would be running, throwing, dancing, an obstacle course, and high jumping. Later that afternoon, the goats and horses began hanging banners and flags from tree to tree. The ducks took care of the drinks while the chickens knitted souvenir sweaters. Let me see, it says field day. The next morning, Rooster crowed, cock-a-doodle-doo! Let the games begin. Cassie ran toward the barn with Ollie and Wing close behind. When they got there, the other farm animals were already waiting for them. The first event is the turkey trot. Pete the chicken announced. Ollie, Cassie, and Wing lined up. Ready, set, go, Pete shouted. Cassie was in the lead, but slowed down to blow kisses to her friends. Ollie and Wing raced past her. As they got closer to the finish line, Wing pulled Ollie's sweatband down over his eyes. I can't see, Ollie said. Wing had won the race. As Pete handed him the first medal, Wing shouted, I am the greatest! No fair, Ollie whispered to Cassie as the pigs played Turkey in the Straw. So, Wing probably shouldn't have yelled, I am the greatest. Wing was boasting, and we talked about boasting, and we talked about being humble. And if you're boasting, you're probably not making people feel good. And if you're being humble, you just have a quiet confidence about you, right? Yeah, I won that race. I feel pretty good about it, right? But it's not making other people feel bad. Cassie won the bucket throwing event. Then Ollie won the dancing competition doing his wild turkey mambo. With two events to go, Ollie, Cassie, and Wing had one medal each. I'm going to win the next two medals, Wing said. Then I'll be the Thanksgiving turkey. We'll just see about that, Mr. Cheater, Cassie said. A trumpet blew. The obstacle course race will begin in 15 minutes, Pete called out. Wing and Ollie hurried over to the duck pond, but Cassie decided to rest for a moment. Farmer Joe and Farmer Kate strolled by. The animals sure are busy today, Farmer Kate said, especially those silly turkeys. Well, Farmer Joe said, one of them will be mighty tasty at next week's Thanksgiving dinner. Ooh. I don't know if these turkeys realize that why they're being selected, but based on what the farmer just said, one of them is going to be a Thanksgiving meal. Mighty tasty, Cassie shouted as she jumped up. So that's what happens to the Thanksgiving turkey. I better warn Ollie. But not that cheater Wing. He makes me so mad. She raced over to the duck pond. Oh, look at the little kitty cat asleep there. That kind of looks like Tucker, doesn't it? Not the same color, but Tucker has those colorings up there of white on his face and on his paws and on his belly. Don't win any more medals, Cassie said to Ollie. Why not? The Thanksgiving turkey is going to be cooked. Oh no, that's terrible, Ollie said. But what about the last 2 field day events? If Wing wants to win so much, Cassie replied, we'll just let him. Time for the obstacle course, Pete said. Follow the path from the pig pen to Farmer Joe's tractor. The winner is the first one to reach the top. Let's get started, Wing said. Oh, excuse me, I'm a little tired. I can't wait to win. Ready, set, go! Pete called out. The 3 turkeys went through the pig pen, over the haystacks, across the clothesline, and onto Farmer Joe's tractor. Hooray for me, Wing shouted. Only 1 more medal to go. So there's a lot of pictures there, so I wanted to make sure you had a chance to see them for a moment. Cassie and Ollie looked at each other. They felt bad about Wing. Please come down from the tractor, Wing, Cassie said. We have something to tell you. Yes, yes, Wing replied. You think I'm wonderful. Cassie told Wing what really happens to the Thanksgiving turkey. What? Are you sure? Wing yelled. I don't want to be Thanksgiving dinner. Here, take my medals. Calm down, Wing, Ollie said. Let's think for a minute. After a few moments, Cassie shouted, I've got it. She whispered her idea to Ollie and Wing. Time for the high jump, our last event, Pete called out. The turkey that jumps over the highest object wins. Starting with a milk bucket, Ollie, Cassie, and Wing quickly moved on to jumping over a rocking chair, a bale of hay, and a cornstalk. Does anybody have ideas of what else they might be jumping over? I had an idea that just popped into my head, but I'm going to save it for myself, and then I'm going to share it with you at the end, and we'll see how the story ends. But, good readers make predictions about what's going to happen in the story. And I have a prediction. I guess it's a 3-way tie, Pete said. There's nothing left to jump over. I see one more thing, Cassie said as she pointed to the fence surrounding the farms. Ready, set, go! Pete called out. Ollie, Wing, and Cassie raced for the fence. They jumped at exactly the same time and just barely made it over the top. That was the prediction I made in my mind, that they were going to hop over the fence and escape. Come back and get your medals, Pete called out. But the 3 turkeys kept right on running and running and running. Those crazy turkeys. They're probably still running. As for Thanksgiving dinner, Farmer Joe and Farmer Kate ate the most delicious vegetable stew. I love the way that turned out. I was worried that any one of those turkey was going to become dinner, and I didn't think any of them should have become dinner, even Wing if Wing was cheating. Well, everyone, have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go ahead and post this once it's done uploading. I will get that to you via email. And if I don't get a chance to speak to you again today, have a great weekend. And thanks for all your hard work this week. I really appreciate it. All right, I have an empty spot right here because I miss you all so much. But I know I can fill that with good memories and thoughts of all of you as I go through the weekend. All right, and I'll see you soon. Bye.